Hello everyone, happy Saturday, happy full moon in Leo. February 24th, 24. Okay, Queen of Swords, set boundaries. I hadn't even asked my question yet, but so I guess that's a card for today. Really think about where you can nurture yourself mentally by setting boundaries and cutting certain things and people out. So I thought because of full moon in Leo and because of some things going on around me, I thought let's do a video about why you're afraid to shine, why you're afraid to be noticed. Why you're afraid to go for it, you know? Obviously, Eight of Swords. I mean, keeping yourself mentally blocked. Yep. With your thoughts, your fears, your anxieties, keeping yourself mentally blocked. 4 cards. All upside down. So why are you afraid to shine? Why are you afraid to go for it? And there's the Queen of Swords again. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, the Star, Aquarius, the Healer, the Water Bear. Okay, really that dream come true. So in your unconscious, in your subconscious, there's that dream come true and that healing that you want. You want that creativity, you want that new beginning, that new dawn, that ability. You know, she's naked, she's sky-clad. So that ability to be yourself and just be in the oneness of the universe and of who you are. And you're wanting that ability to just flow and let the creativity flow, let your life flow. But, you know, this dream that you have, there's that vulnerability in being naked. There's that fear of being seen for who you are and not being accepted for who you are. And that gets in the way, you know. 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, Hangman, and then the Page of Wands, the Free Spirit. So really in your unconscious, why you're afraid to shine, a lot of it's these old beliefs and these old systems and ways of doing, this inability to move on from the fear, from the unconscious fear from the past, to move on from, you know, incidents in the past where you felt left out, you felt abandoned, you felt emotionally vulnerable and financially vulnerable. Maybe even you had bad health with the 5 of Pentacles. So there's this issue with fear and the past and thinking that because it happened once, it's likely to happen again. Okay? And the way that you get out of that self-fulfilling prophecy and that repeating cycle is to do your shadow work, to work on these fears that are sitting there in the unconscious, in the subconscious, about the past, to work on those fears and to confront them and to move forwards. Sorry, I needed to move the cat out of the way. Okay. I tried shutting the door, and he's opened the door. Yes, he's very persistent, and you need to be persistent as well. Okay, the Eight of Swords. Be persistent in your shadow work. Yes, I love you, buddy. I just keep scooping him up with love, putting him back where he needs to go, and you need to do that with yourself until you get to where it is you want to go and where you need to be. He just wants to be on camera. And now he's going to play with everything. Oh, that one went on the floor. Then we have the Queen of Swords with the High Priest again. He's a steam ceiling cat. Now, you're going to have to get down, little buddy. There you go. Sorry, maybe I should shuffle before I start recording. Ooh, that's enough cards. At the bottom of the deck, the Ten of Swords. And notice the person down here, the Ten of Swords, escaping the nasty thoughts. Learning to stand up for yourself and to shine. Right? So escaping those nasty thoughts. Okay. This Eight of Swords came out sideways, so this is quite obviously she has trapped herself by her thinking, by her fear, her anxiety, her negative thought patterns. And she's a little bit blind to the fact that she's trapped herself with this thought pattern, and that she could easily get out of this thought pattern, this behavior pattern, by thinking about it a little more clearly. So when you're afraid to shine, a lot of it is your fear and anxiety, right? A lot of it is that negative thinking, that inner critic that people talk about. Let me see, what did we have? Okay. So this Eight of Swords, clarified by the High Priestess, Three of Pentacles, Judgment, Death, and the Ace of Cups. So getting a new beginning in regards to clarity, in regards to self-love, in regards to where you've got this, there's this potential for new self-love. There's this potential for a new beginning. And you'll notice death and judgment, talking about transformation. The Three of Pentacles is telling you to come up with a plan. Look at what you're good at. Look at maybe collaborating with other people, and not being afraid to receive accolades, not being afraid to receive, financial abundance, because you shine. Really looking at going inside and figuring out a little more deeply where your mind is poisoned, where your mind, the knowledge that you have of yourself, where's that poisoned by these fears and anxieties, and how can you let go of them? You need to let go. In the High Priestess, you see here, there's this beautiful field, right? Beautiful field. There's abundance. Here there's abundance. There's grapevines and a beautiful field. Even in death, there's that new sunrise, that new beginning. Here in Judgment, okay, and the Rebirth card, the transformation card, there is that beautiful field. You may feel like you're dead. You may feel like, money and potentially greed or health issues have gotten in the way of being able to do what it is that you truly want to do. And they've gotten in the way of, even just being able to be happy and fulfilled where you're at. Even if where you're at isn't what you want to do, you might feel like they've gotten in the way. You need to give up those fears and anxieties and that negativity around your health and around your thinking. Okay? These are both cards of transformation. Well, so is the High Priestess too. So death is really telling you to let go of stuff, to let go of your old ways of thinking, to let go of that negativity, because there is a new day. There's a new sunrise. There's an abundant valley here that you can be part of, and you can experience what it is you want to experience. Yes. Okay, then we had 4 cards, 5 cards in the reverse. So Ace of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, Page of Cups, and King of Pentacles. So this new beginning, this rebirth that you've been wanting, if you're wanting to come out of a time where you were sort of resting because you were sick with this 4 of Swords, or you were just resting because you needed to think about it, this potential rebirth with your health or career or finances, you're feeling a little bit uninspired, and maybe you're ways from home, maybe you're not financially stable at the moment, or there's some issue going on because of a health issue, you know, like a lot of bills to be caught up on. So there's really a lot to kind of take in. You might be feeling a little uninspired, and that could be affecting your ability to just feel like you can go out and you can do stuff and you can go for it. Don't lick the salt lamp. The sun is bringing you clarity. The sun is bringing you that growth. It's bringing you that new beginning. It's bringing you the spring. Okay? If you take the time to seriously look at your fears and anxieties and to change the way that you're thinking about them, the sun is going to turn these cards upright. Okay, don't be, you know, the sun can be sometimes a little egotistical, but more often it's not. So I just have to say that, even though it came in the upright, but I don't think this is about egotism or narcissism here. I think it's more about you getting clarity and getting that growth and that potential to move forward so you can flip these cards upright. So you can have the new beginning that you really want. He's just purring away and fighting. Oh my gosh. Sorry. I do apologize. Every time I record, I keep trying to like close the door, and he always finds a way to get in. He's like very resourceful, and you should be resourceful too. As you're trying to figure out how to shine, as you're trying to figure out where you got disconnected from yourself and how you can reconnect to your passions, to your joys in life, to your love of life, to your love of just simply being here on this planet. Now, the Queen of Swords here is in the reverse. So we already got her, and then we got her again coming up. Queen of Swords in the reverse here. When you disconnected to yourself, you were disconnected. You know, this can represent a person who's cold emotionally. They're ambitious, like overly ambitious. Like the Sun card, it can be a warning, or it can be somebody who's around you. But more likely it's you got disconnected from yourself because you weren't setting the boundaries that you needed to set. You weren't setting those boundaries at work, those boundaries with your family, with your friends that you needed to set in order to stay healthy and keep from having that fear and anxiety. Oh, he tore a hole in the card. The Page of Swords, really sitting, looking and watching. You see he's up in the clouds and he's creating more clouds. So this Page of Swords, you know, you're kind of sitting and you're thinking and waiting and looking at, where can I go? Where's my path? Where's that vision? And this is, you know, the High Priest kind of sitting in the tunnel, and you're trying to get that vision for your life. You're looking at your plans, you're looking at your goals and where it is you want to go, and you're trying to figure that out. He just bit my forearm. And you're trying to figure that out. Sorry, hold on. I can't finish my thought because I have a little attack cat. Okay. So you're trying to figure this out. The boundaries that you need to set are with other people and with yourself, so that you're not procrastinating, so that you're not just sitting back and watching all the time and letting other people decide the flow of your life, letting other people decide where it is that you're going to go next or what you're going to do next. You know, don't let the cat decide, okay, I can't do this reading because the cat keeps interrupting, keeps, you know, biting my arm, etc. You need to take control. That's the Queen of Swords. You need to take control of that. And this Queen of Wands, you need to reconnect to your joy in life. Reconnect to what makes you feel good, what makes you feel happy. In the path that you're choosing right now, you don't want to stay in the dark. You know, he looks, I don't know if you can see here, I'll make it so that it focuses there. Well, that's not very good. There we go, we'll focus there. So I don't know if you can see how reticent he looks. The guy holding the wands. He looks very reticent to be leaving and starting on this new path. But you need to take this journey, otherwise you're going to stay hidden forever. Your true life's journey, your true life's path, your joy, your creativity, your legacy in life, it's going to stay hidden if you don't start moving towards it. If you just keep watching and waiting in the wings and thinking about it and never taking that action, it's never going to happen. You need to be the instigating force in your life. So now we have the Queen of Swords upright and the High Priest. And he's got the sun right above his head. So this High Priest is very different. He's not hiding in the shadows anymore. He's taking action. He's got, you know, his emotions, his thoughts under control. And he's taking action. So really going deep to look at, to understand where it is that you need to communicate your boundaries, where it is that you need to communicate what it is you want to do in this life. And then we had a bunch of cards. Oh, some of these were for there. Okay. So the World and the King of Cups in reverse. Interesting. Because the King of Cups is upright next. Okay, so the World, the continuing cycle, right? The Ouroboros there, and the two-headed person, right? Get out of your head, or make sure that both of your heads are pointed in the same direction, are thinking of moving in the same direction. Get yourself together on a spiritual, an emotional, mental, and a physical level, and really look at if there's any sort of influence in your life that's, you know, negative emotionally, that's emotionally harmful or manipulative, whether it's a person or it's somebody. You know, the High Priest talks about tradition. It talks about religion, tradition. Sometimes that can be emotionally abusive. The way that certain traditions dictate certain things, it can be emotionally abusive. And you might need to set a boundary around that. Like, I enjoy being whatever religion it is, but I'm not going to allow it to say who can be my friend and who can't be my friend, you know? Or you're going to say, I'm not going to allow this religion to tell me that I have to work 8 days a week when physically that's exhausting me and it's making me anxious because I don't rest, because I don't sleep well. I'm trying not to step on any particular, because I don't know what, if it is a religious belief and tradition, I don't know exactly what it is. But that's just like an example. So this King of Cups in reverse, this is being out of control emotionally, or being emotionally manipulated, really struggling to find the balance emotionally. In the world, you can't take shortcuts to find this. You can't take shortcuts to find your emotional stability, or to not setting boundaries, to not taking charge and changing what it is that you're doing. You can't, there's no shortcut. You want to accomplish this. You want to accomplish emotional stability and having clear thinking, and not letting the fear and anxiety get in the way of your ability to grow and to shine. And there's no shortcut to doing that work. You have to do your shadow work. You have to look at, where are my fears and anxieties coming from in the past? Where is this bad health coming from? Where is bad debt coming from? Where is this, inability to move forwards coming from? You have to look at that. Now we have the Fool and the King of Cups upright. And the King of Cups has mastered the underworld. He's got the harp of Orpheus, right? So he's mastered the underworld, his emotions. He didn't look back. And now he's got his queen beside him. He's got the epitome of unconditional love beside him, because he didn't look backwards. He only looked forwards. And he moved on from the hurts of the past. The Fool is all about that new beginning, being true to yourself in the long term, dropping that baggage, having that leap of faith, having that faith in yourself going forward, that you can handle anything. And you don't need a lot of stuff. You don't need a lot of people around you. You don't need a particular belief. You don't need a particular, article of clothing or a fancy phone or anything like that in order to survive, in order to shine, in order to move forwards, in order to be who you were meant to be in the universe. So this Fool is this new beginning with the emotional stability. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, Star in the reverse, Page of Pentacles in the reverse, Three of Wands in the reverse, and Ace of Wands. So there's this new beginning, this new potential, and you notice he's got the world in his hands, right? He's got the world in his hands. He's got this potential for creativity, for fire, and he's overcome some of the obstacles. They're behind him. He might have, one obstacle that he's still working on, but most of them are behind him, because he's practiced this unconditional self-love for himself. He's opened up, the star is Pandora's box, right? But you'll notice that the bugs all turn into dragonflies and butterflies, which are symbols of transformation. Even the star almost kind of looks like, mimics the dragonfly wings, right? So she opened, Pandora is a lot like in the Christian Catholic version of the Garden of Eden tale. She opened the box of knowledge. She ate the apple, right, of knowledge, or the pomegranate or fig or whatever. She ate the knowledge. She understood that there was good and bad, but she overcame it. So the star in reverse, it's telling you that even though there are these negative things in the past, these things that are dark, that are, diseases. They're, whether it's an addiction, it's a physical disease that ruins your health in some other way, or it's a mental disease. So there are these things that you opened up, that you unleashed, and this is really all about doing shadow work. This particular version of the star makes it very clear. It's about doing shadow work to get that healing, to get your dream come true. So the star being in reverse here, being disconnected from your health, from your wealth, from being able to nurture that because you weren't doing your shadow work. Because you weren't understanding, the apple in the Garden of Eden story, Pandora in her box. It's all about, Prometheus giving fire. It's all about understanding. You can have all the tools that you need, but you need to understand how they work, why they're working, why they're not working. You need to put in that effort and that time. The Page of Pentacles, this is about not learning, repeating a pattern because you didn't learn. So this repeating pattern, if you didn't do the shadow work, you didn't learn, and you need to go back to the beginning and learn. The Three of Wands in the reverse. So Three of Wands in the upright is about the ships coming in. You notice this guy here is handing his crown, right? So it's about mastering your own domain. Having that creativity, that fire, that passion to move forwards from the Two of Wands, where you're planning, you're looking at it. If it's in the reverse, you're procrastinating. To move forwards from that to the Three of Wands, where you put it into action, and now you're making progress. You're getting somewhere. You're getting towards your goal. And you've got that fire and that passion to move towards your goal. And you're starting to achieve stuff. So this Three of Wands being in the reverse, it was talking about, with the Page of Pentacles, it was talking about not moving towards your goals, being stuck because you weren't learning, because you weren't doing that shadow work. But then we have Ace of Wands, so this is the new beginning. So once you do this shadow work and you stop repeating these cycles and you actually start moving towards what it is that you love, towards what it is that brings you joy, and you start moving towards it instead of procrastinating, then you get the ace, you get that new beginning that you want, you get that potential. So why aren't you shining? What is it that's holding you up from the past? What's holding up your transformation? There's a lot of inner communication that needs to go on here. There's a lot of inner work that needs to happen. Yeah, from the 2 to the 3, there's just a lot of inner work that needs to go on. And it has to do with those beliefs that you have. It's not, maybe not so much the past with the 5 of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles. Maybe it's not so much that the past and the reflection of the past is holding you back. It's that you didn't learn from the past. or you didn't learn the right lesson from the past. You learned something, but it wasn't the right lesson. And that's why you're still afraid to shine. If you think the lesson is, if I keep my head down and I work hard, I won't get beat up. I'll just stay where I'm at and I'll be able to stay where I'm at. I don't need to push, because if I push, then people will notice me. So I'm just going to stay where I'm at. That's not the lesson. That's not the lesson that you needed to learn. I mean, it is a lesson, but it's not the one. Sometimes people are gonna hurt you if if you shine, if you lift your head up and you try to make things better. Some people aren't gonna like that. A lot of people don't like change, because it's fear. They're afraid of the new. They're afraid maybe they'll get put down next, or they'll lose their job, or they'll lose their boyfriend or whatever, their health next. So they don't want to say anything, and they don't like it if you say something. It's not necessarily that they want to keep you from achieving stuff. It's that they're afraid of what it means if you achieve something, what it means for them. I mean, I can't tell you what your lesson is, but you need to do that shadow work. You need to look at where you're holding on to the old beliefs, where you're holding on to the poison, and not transforming and not taking the steps to move forwards. I hope this is helpful. Take care of yourself. Have a great day.